Okay, here we go. Let's pick up here with chapter 20, right? Right where we left off. There are the braids. Let's see everything together. Okay. I think I'm trying. I keep saying I want to keep it simple, but I keep adding details. I don't want them to be naked, but you know, I want to. I don't want to go too nuts with the details. I want to focus on the character and the anatomy and the pose, which I'm hoping to get to. Um, right now, I don't like the back so much. I'm going to get a clay spin brush and I'm going to go down the middle of the back and kind of separate these big muscle groups a little bit. Maybe do some resculpting here. Let's turn symmetry back on. And you'll notice I'm sculpting the muscles in the direction that the sinews of the muscles go, like that. Whenever I can, it just helps me visualize the muscles and um, helps the look too. It kind of looks like those little tiny tissues are going in the direction that they're supposed to go. So obviously I'm going to have to go back in and clean up the texture again, but that's okay. Hang on 1 second, guys. Just give me 5 seconds. I gotta let my dog is at the door wanting to come in. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to get rid of the. Maybe I'll put them back. Maybe I'll put those vertebrae back in. I usually don't see the vertebrae on a big guy like that, but you know he's not really a fat guy. He's big. He's a giant, but he is hard as a rock, right? His muscles are very powerful. So, okay, I like that a lot better. And unfortunately, you're gonna laugh, but what I was gonna do next is maybe do a fur cape. Maybe, I don't know. If I do, it's gonna be absolutely be removable. I don't want to cover the whole sculpture with a big furry cape, but I think it might look cool. And let's take a look and see what it might look like. Okay, I'll go back and put that texture back on there a little bit later. Let's do some more important stuff. What the heck? Okay, ZBrush is acting strange. And I hear the fan on my computer. So I'm just trying to be a little careful here and not lose work. What was I going to do? I was going to just block out a cape, see how it looked. But I don't want to cover that back now. So let's get the eyes. I'm going to grab the eyes and do something with the eyes. Split hidden. I was going to paint them. Split hidden. But since this is for print, I'm still going to paint them, but in a different way. I was just going to paint the iris and the pupil on these spheres on the surface. But since I'm going to print this, and I don't like to leave the iris, I don't like to leave the eyeball smooth on my sculptures and leave it up to the painter. I think the eye direction is a very important part of the pose. So I like to sculpt the iris in and put it where I think it's supposed to go. I've been called a control freak for that, but that's okay. I think the eye direction is just as important as any other part of the pose. So in this case, he's kind of just looking, from under his brow. He's just looking straight ahead. But still, I'm going to sculpt in the irises. So here's how I'm going to do that. It's a very old school, very classical way to do it. First I need to just paint on a guide for myself. I'm going to turn the focal shift down, the draw size down. And just kind of mask off the size and the placement of where I think I want to put these irises. Okay, close enough. Now, I'm going to grab another sphere. And this is going to act as a cutter. I'm going to boolean this out. Just get some geometry on there. Scale it down. Okay, unfortunately you can't see the mask until you activate the subtool. So let's see, I know that this is going to have to move over, and it's going to have to be a lot smaller. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, that'll do. Clear the mask. Duplicate and mirror. Mirror. Merge down. Okay, now this is going to be my iris. I'm going to punch that right out. Let me just save. I turn on this second set of circles here with the half moon shape and live boolean, and that's going to show me a preview of what it's going to look like. See that? It's going to cut those shapes right out. Now, I don't want to cut them so deep because he has light colored eyes and I don't want to cast too much of a shadow in there. So I'm going to flatten, whoops, which one am I working on? Yeah, I'm going to turn off live boolean for a second. I'm going to flatten this. The pupil can be deeper because that's black. But if he's got like light blue, icy blue, gray eyes, I don't want to cast too much of a shadow. So let's see how that looks. Whoops. Mirror and weld. It'll mirror the right side of the figure, so I'm good. There we go. Ooh, something is funky. Something is not in symmetry. Mirror and weld these eyeballs. Come on, mirror and weld. What is going on? Uh-oh. What? All right. Something is funky here. Mirror and weld. Oh, they're not at 0. Okay, there we go. Now let's mirror and weld them again. There we go. Right? That looks pretty symmetrical. I'm just going to rotate inward. Come on, forgot symmetry. There we go. There we go. Like that. Okay. Now, live boolean on. All right, that's not so deep. It's a little shallower, and then the pupil will be deeper. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then I make sure that nothing else is on. I just hit make boolean mesh, and that's located here under boolean. Make boolean mesh. Let that run. And the new one, the new set of eyeballs will appear in the subtool list, the tool list. Right there, U-mesh. So I'm going to append those. It doesn't appear in your Z tool. You got to bring them in. So there they are. Let's shut these two off, and there's the new ones. Let's see. I'm going to delete. Let's save. Let's just save just in case. I'm going to delete the iris cutters. these guys. And I'm going to use the old eyeballs as the pupil cutters. There we go. Okay, let's just use the chain instead of the gizmo. And I want some small pupils. I want very intense looking eyes. Man, I got a lot of geometry on there and I have no subdivisions. That's why it's kind of staggering. Okay, that might be good. Let's turn on, whoops. What the heck? Oh, it's above. You know why? It's above. The cutter is above the eyeball, and that's not good. It's got to be below the eyeball. Then you turn it on, and then it will cut. Okay. So let's see how that looks. That doesn't look too bad. You can't really see because of the brow. But I can raise the brow later. I just want to make sure that they're in the right spot. I'm just going to move them over a little bit. Come on, there we go. Let it ride. Big gluey mesh. Okay. Append the new eyeballs. It's always the last one. Save my work, and I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you in the next chapter. Thank you for watching.